Live, I believe so. Yep, let me see.
I got a message that we are. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to yet another spontaneous Techopolis live episode. My name is Michael Dowies.
And sorry. Wait, okay. I'm hearing myself, and it's not working. Okay, try that again, Michael. Let's just try that again.
Well, we're live, so it's not like we're recording this.
I know.
Mean, we are.
Oh, wait, you know what? You need to hit the record button.
We're not doing take. We can't really do take twos here.
No, but for the podcast, I never started the recording.
Yeah, but it's yeah.
All right.
So for the podcast, we'll start that. Hello, everyone. My name is Michael Dowies, and welcome back to another Techopolis live episode. I'm Michael.
And I'm Tay.
And we're back for another episode. Tay is on a new headset, so why don't you talk about what you got?
Yeah, so I got the CAD U2s, I believe they're called, and I believe I got them for $30 on Amazon.
34, yep.
34. So
they were on sale, yeah.
On sale right now. So yeah, so that is pretty interesting. I'm super excited about that.
It's interesting because I think we may need to do some tweaking with them because they do sound a little tinny. It sounds a little metallic.
Okay.
I don't remember them sounding like that.
Well, okay.
That was loud. And
sorry, I hit the mic. I'm not used to this. I'm not used to this yet, folks.
Yeah, it's a little different, but they are probably the best sounding USB headphones you're going to get on the market for Windows.
For Windows. Now, disclaimer, they don't work on the Mac.
They will work for a short time, and then they'll start doing weird stuff.
Really?
Mm-hmm. The other nice thing.
Hey, Zach.
Welcome, Zach.
Yeah, hey, welcome. Yeah, I'm not used to these headphones yet. My enhancements are off, Michael, so.
Okay, good. Okay, so Tay wanted to have another episode of this, even though we did one yesterday. So, first off, this is number 20.
Actually, you know what? We messed up our numbering, so I don't even know what episode this is. I thought it was 20, but I think it's like 18 or 19. We kind of messed up our numbering a while back, so we gotta figure it out.
No, you said yesterday was 18 or 19, so...
I did, but I think we skipped 17 or something. We skipped a number in there, so who knows?
And this is why we don't let Tay number things.
Exactly.
So, we're going to have to go back through and fix that on further investigation. So.
Yep. This is why we don't let me do these things, so.
So. Right. Exactly, Zach.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So, it's pretty awesome, though. We've had a lot of episodes, and I'm really excited about that. But, yeah, it's been a really good show so far. So, what did you want to talk about today, Tay?
Yeah, this was kind of my idea, right? So, I wanted to talk about Windows versus Mac in 2022.
Specifically?
For software development.
Mm-hmm. And at the end of this, I have some things to add into that. So why don't you talk about what your experiences, because we did a stream where we set up all of the dev environments for Windows. So what has been your experience?
It's been really, really positive. I mean, again, I love Mac, but here's the thing. Development on Mac is kind of a little bit less accessible at this point than Windows, depending on what you're doing. For example, VS Code or Visual Studio Code is a lot more accessible on Windows than Mac at this time, right? Mm-hmm. And so that's something that's also really important, as well as, knowing what's the most efficient so that you can get your work done.
Right.
Plus all the NVDA configurations as well.
Mm-hmm.
That makes a difference.
Yep. Yeah, and that's all important because, Mac has great stuff with the Mac file system, Unix and Linux, and plus the M1 chips, for speedy build times. But if you get a beefy Windows computer, you can do a lot of the same stuff for $1,000 less in cases.
Yeah.
I mean, the computer Taylor is using right now as a gaming computer is about $1,000 or $1,200 new. and it has more power than her Mac M1 laptop.
Which was about $1,200.
Well, your Mac laptop was about $1,500.
It was actually $1,200. Either way, it was something to that effect.
Yeah, the actual new price of that computer is, because I bought the same one, it's about $1,500.
Yeah.
So, it's really interesting, and so what kind of developer-y stuff have you done in Windows so far?
I've done a little bit of Python scripts. I've done some Visual Studio and .NET and that kind of thing.
And one thing that is interesting that I found is Visual Studio Code automatically adds its path to WSL.
And not Windows. I'm sorry. Not Mac.
So in Windows 11, I could type code space dot in Windows Subsystem for Linux and just instantly go to VS Code.
Yep, to where I need to go. Yep.
And that's kind of powerful that you don't have to set all that up. Some environments are a little bit more well-defined in Windows for Microsoft stuff. So it's kind of interesting. Now, me personally, I still, though, as a visual developer, the Mac, just that screen, like my screen on my MacBook Pro is leagues better than, as far as looking at text, than the screen on my Windows computer.
We got a couple chat messages. Cosmic Happiness says Linux is the best OS, smiley face. As the speech chat read it out. And also he said hello and how's it going? So welcome to the channel. And yeah, so we have speech chat because we're both legally blind, so it actually reads out the chat messages to us. So awesome. Super exciting. Hey Payon. Hey Payon, we got Payon. Man, chat's blowing up, folks. Nice.
Well, that's great.
Yep, so we got Payon, Cosmic Happiness, Zach, anyone else here in chat? Super exciting. Guys, these episodes are just really, taking off. I mean, a lot of people are loving these. And the other thing to know is that Linux may be a great thing, right, in terms of visual and other developers and open source and that kind of thing. But if you're using accessibility software, Orca has a lot of issues still. It's kind of behind Windows and Mac at this point. So it's kind of all your preference. I mean, you can do development in Linux, but it's very, very...
I know there are people that do it.
Yes, but it's not...
totally blind. But it just... it takes a lot more work to get things... You have to like Linux from the days of command line.
You do.
You can do it. We're not saying you can't, but it's difficult.
Nice.
Well, that's cool.
Hearthstone video. Yeah, that's awesome.
We've been playing a lot of Hearthstone today. In fact, we're going to probably do a Twitch exclusive later on a Twitch channel. And so that's going to be a lot of fun. But, one of the things that I just did on my install of Windows Subsystem for Linux is I set Linux as my default command line.
I just did that too, actually.
And I set ZSH as my command shell, and I installed the same thing I have on Mac. It's called OH My ZSH, which is a plugin for ZSH that adds a lot of cool things like Git support. So it'll tell me what branch I'm in and things like that.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, I did that as well, Michael. I got that set up.
So you set up Oh My ZSH?
No, I set up the other, first thing you're talking about the shell.
Yeah. So, it's pretty nice. I have everything set up in there, and it just works really, really well, and about as good as it does on the Mac, and that's really exciting.
Michael is a huge Mac fan, so just having him say that is a huge...
Now, the neat thing is, the reason why I'm glad that I have the Windows set up the way I do is if I want to build Flutter apps or any native apps, I can do that on the Windows side.
Yes. I said yes, and it works really well.
Because I have the Windows installation stuff going.
Exactly.
I don't have to rely on Parallels on Mac, which I mean, they've come a long way with. You know.
So, yes, and that's interesting because Parallels has a lot of interesting quirks to it. And that's the thing. Parallels, it's not the most accessible. You have to do VOCR. We do have a video on the channel if you want to know more, but it's not the most streamlined process. And so,
And,
and it's not as good as the performance you get from a dedicated machine.
Right. I mean, it's getting close. They're getting close to, making that work. But Microsoft needs to finish Windows on ARM and make that work better.
Yep. Wow, someone's Discord's going off. Hopefully our bot's not spamming people. Yeah. It definitely does have a long ways to go.
Yeah.
But it is doable.
It is.
Yep.
Now, I think, one of the things that I really, one thing that I might do a video on, actually, is can Parallels be used for Windows desktop development? Can Parallels be used for Windows desktop development with a VM on the M1 Mac? That actually might get some traffic.
That might. Just like my UTM video that was totally horrible that got about 999 views at this point. No, over 1,100. I'm sorry. It got too many views for me to count.
Actually, I think we're going to make that video this week.
Oh, are we?
Yeah, I'm going to set up Windows on, make a whole new VM. I'm going to put it on my external drive. And I'm going to set up VS 2022. And we're going to go through the Flutter Doctor. We're going to do all those things, install WSL2. And because I can stream that because it'll be on the Mac side, I can restart the computer or the VM and do all those things. And yeah, I think that's going to be fun. We're going to do that this week.
Is it going to be a video?
Yeah, no, it's going to be a stream.
Oh, you said a video, but okay.
Yeah, it's going to be a stream. It's going to be a live stream here on the channel.
So you guys will want to definitely watch out for that. We'll try to get that scheduled, and we'll try to get that out so you can all watch it. But if you guys aren't subscribed, that's a really great segue, Michael. If you guys are not subscribed to our channel, you guys might want to do that. Smash that like button, ring that notification bell, because we've got a ton of content always. Heck, we might even do that tomorrow night because I don't even think I'm going to go do my normal plans, so we might have a lot more time, Michael. So
yeah, and I think tomorrow night sounds good. I think we might get some rain in here tomorrow, so tomorrow is a good time to do it. And I'm just really excited to try this out. To set up a Windows developer environment on the Mac and see how well it works.
And also talking about the accessibility of it, right? Because, can it be done? But is the screen reader lag enough where it would be a make or break situation? Those are all things we might talk about. So again, if you guys are not part of the channel, smash that like button, ring the notification bell, and keep enjoying our content, and let us know in chat if you guys are interested in watching that.
Yep. And it's kind of exciting. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Zach was saying that he doesn't care where Microsoft's going with Windows 11. I actually do.
Me too.
I'm a big fan of it, but
I am as well. Just overall, not necessarily accessibility. Yeah, I understand. Wow.
Yeah, that is one of the media-wise, the Mac is the best.
Right.
Now, on my Asus laptop, I have a lot of AI noise cancellation stuff, and I may actually create some club deck rooms and things like that just to test out the AI noise cancellation and that kind of stuff. That would be kind of fun, don't you think?
It really would be. And again, these are all things to consider, right? If you have the budget, my best advice would be to get both if you can.
It's not always possible, but
It isn't. But that's why I said, quote unquote, if you have the budget. That's why I mentioned that. Right.
as a developer, I have both. One's for work, like my Mac is my work computer. And it's so weird because I'm so used to Windows being the work computer and the Mac being the fun time computer. For me, the Mac is the work computer and the Windows is the fun computer. But it's really interesting how that goes. Now, I do feel like as far as magnification, the Mac is the superior model. Because magnification is not built on, it's not attached. So games and things on macOS can't grab the mouse from magnifier. So in a lot of games in Windows, the game will grab the mouse and pull it away from the window for magnifier because it's not, magnifier is just a built-on thing, whereas magnification is built into the OS on macOS.
So that's interesting. So maybe from a low vision perspective, do you think a Mac is actually the better buy?
If you're just using magnification, yes. But if you're using a screen reader and things like that, I would say NVDA is faster and more efficient. Now, with that being said, they are adding some new features next, fall to VoiceOver finally.
About time.
So I think we talked about some of that last night, but I'm just kind of excited to see where Windows is going. The one thing I will say though, and I know for a lot of people that are blind, that really doesn't matter to people that are blind, is this thing right here. Click, 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 click. Trackpads, touchpads, whatever you want to call them. macOS has the absolute best touchpad. Absolute best. Windows are just now starting to catch up. The Surface Laptop Studio has a great touchpad. I will say that. It has a haptic touchpad. So I could press anywhere on that touchpad and get the same click. But I cannot do that on the on my Asus computer. It's a diving board. And same on yours, Tay. If you press on the top of your trackpad,
I don't want to hit anything.
right.
I don't want to accidentally end the stream, but yeah.
Right. But later on, like if you test that, you'll find that it doesn't click if you press the top. It's a diving board. So the top does not press, but the bottom does.
That is fascinating to me. Interesting.
Kind of like when you turn off these older machines, you can still click the trackpad, but the Mac, you can't. So Windows is just finally starting to get this in very few machines. Apple's had this since like 2015.
Yes. I do as well. We need definitely more voiceover reform. A lot more change.
Yeah.
We need to bring voiceover back, into the modern ages.
I agree. And I think they're getting there. I mean, we have less busies. I mean, we have, things like that in the newer versions and on the M1 chips. But I think that when we start to see more of a combination of macOS and iOS, we're going to start to see that. But
that is a point. You can actually disable the touchpad on Windows. Yeah, you can. I don't really have a need for that just because I work with so many different, sighted people and that kind of thing. But if you're doing it yourself, you can disable the touchpad. So that is a good point to bring up there, Zach.
One of the cool things is on the Asus Republic of Gamers computer, you can go into the Armory Crate application. And there's a button just to do it right there. You don't have to go through firmware. You don't have to go through anything crazy. Bam, you just hit that button and it's done.
And you can also disable a bunch of other things too, as I found out the hard way.
Yes, like the Windows key. Yeah.
Yep.
Now, one thing that I need to do some more research into this, and if anybody in chat knows how to fix this, it would be great. I do not know how to find the drivers or whatever that can fix the Realtek issue. Like these computers are great, but they have Realtek cards. So obviously, when you're using NVDA through the speakers, or even narrator, it just cuts off the first few word or letters that you hear.
And it's so annoying.
Does it do that on yours?
It does. I know that there's a fix a while back where you had to like turn off like I don't know, you had to go like uninstall drivers, but you had to do it like every time I updated, and then you had to go like turn off where it was like a metered bandwidth connection so it wouldn't re-download them. Oh, I don't even know the whole thing, but Brandon Tyson taught me about it, but it was kind of a mess.
Oh, and there's also Silencio or whatever it's called that will play silent audio to keep that open. So I don't know if that's an option.
That could be. We'll have to look into that.
Yep. So, like, I was playing Doom Eternal, and like video of all things was ahead of the audio.
That is weird to me.
Now, whenever I plugged in headphones, it was all good. But yeah.
That is strange.
See,
Crap.
I did that, Zach. I changed to the Microsoft Direct Sound. I changed to it, and it sounded like really muffled coming out of the speakers. I think they're doing something with the 3D sound, like
They could be.
Dolby Atmos, that just does not work. I mean, that worked. It fixed the narrator problem, but it sounded like it was very muffled.
Does it sound like these headphones or these this microphone that I just got? That sounds like a little bit tinny. That kind of muffled.
No, a lot worse.
Oh, at least I don't sound that bad.
No, you sound great. Actually,
Awesome.
You could just slightly hear it. It's not a big deal, but yeah, it's very interesting.
I do find that interesting.
It's, Windows has its own problems, especially in audio, and that's why the Mac usually is. And I don't think even our Windows laptops have the high impedance headphone jack where you could hook in stuff that usually requires a preamp, whereas like my Mac has that capability where you could plug in the really high quality headphones to it.
Yeah, and so that's the thing with Windows and audio. It's kind of I don't know.
It's an afterthought.
It's an afterthought.
It's an afterthought. Yeah.
I almost said aftershocks, but that makes no sense.
So yeah, I mean, it just feels like kind of an afterthought there.
Right. It all depends. That's kind of my advice. It all depends on what you need to do and what is the best computer for you. We focus on the accessibility because that's kind of mostly our use case, especially mine. But, if you're not sure, it all depends on what you're trying to do, right? If you're doing Office, for example, Windows could be a little bit better. It just all depends on what you're trying to do.
Now, the funny thing is, I haven't had trouble with external hard drives. But one thing is better visually on the visually on the Windows laptops is HDMI. Like my laptop has HDMI 2.1, and it's a cheaper laptop. And I don't know why Apple didn't put that on the new Macs. That really doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
No, it doesn't, especially for the price you pay.
And especially not the updated SD card technology. That doesn't make a lot of sense either.
No.
So it's kind of like Lightning on the iPhone. Lightning ports are USB 2.0 speeds, and we're so far past that. And that's been the biggest thing. You could take the best filming and photography on an iPhone, but it takes so long to get it off. That it's kind of interesting.
Interesting.
So I think next year we're going to see a better phone. But the problem is so many people use Lightning that updating to USB-C
is going to cause a huge.
But they're going to have to on the Pro devices.
They are.
I mean, I could see them going portless, but Wi-Fi is still just not fast enough to get on in a lot of cases all that data off.
No, especially like, Wi-Fi where I grew up is abysmal, right? So
Well, I
I
mean,
could just imagine that.
a Wi-Fi 6 router may be good enough.
But 6 megs down or whatever, Michael, that's not good enough. One up.
But that's just your internet. Your router can usually go to
Exactly.
between 4 to 6 to 800 up to a gigabit.
Right, but I'm
speeds.
saying even the lowest end routers and the lowest end Wi-Fi speed, it's no.
Yeah.
That's not going to do you good.
So, Tay, what do you plan to do with your Windows dev environment? Like, what are you planning to do with that?
I don't really know. I plan to do a lot of development. I'm kind of experimenting, right? I really love my Mac, but at the same time, I can get a lot more done in a lot less time on my Windows computer in terms of development. So I'm going to be experimenting. So don't be, shocked if you guys see Windows development streams on this channel. Just playing around.
Yep.
So the question remains to be seen. Obviously, I'm in a game, but that's not development related.
Right. So, so what else did you have in mind?
I didn't really have much else in mind. I just kind of wanted to have an open discussion.
So, chat, what is your thoughts? What do you prefer for development? Do you want us to try anything to see which one works better? And, we might even do, what would be kind of neat, Tay, is we ought to do, actually, this is a great idea. We need to create a video spreadsheet.
We do.
Or a to-do list of ideas.
Microsoft To Do, yeah.
I think we actually have one. YouTube ideas.
But I don't think I'm even on it, but anyways.
What we need to do is create a list of videos. But what we need to create is a video where we take common things for computer use. And I'll do a stopwatch and see how long it takes for you to do it on Windows.
And
how
you
long
to do
it
it on
takes
Mac.
for you to No. For you to do it on Windows, and then for you to do the same task on the Mac.
Oh. Interesting. Interesting.
So, chat, what do you think about all these things? What do you think about where we're going with the channel and on everything else? I'm really curious.
Yeah, because we've made a lot of changes to the channel. And I'm going to try, Michael, I want to try to get a form that will allow people to submit video ideas, and then it will connect to our IFTTT through Microsoft To Do. That is a pending item on my list.
Okay. And we could put that on the...
we could pin it on the channel.
Oh, we can? Cool.
Yep, on the link section. So it'll say, like, where it says Techopolis Twitter, Techopolis, all that stuff, it would say video idea form.
Here's the thing. More people need to subscribe so we can have a community section.
Yes, please. Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, folks, let's try to get a community tab, okay?
Yeah.
Please,
we have a custom
and
URL.
We
so
do.
That's great, but we need to get that next step. We need our community tab.
So share it with your friends and
let's get some unlocks going and let's get all these things that we want to have on here.
Because, we're going to have a lot of great content coming, so.
Yep.
I don't have anything else. Michael, do you?
Nope, I think that's good. And we will be setting up another stream going on Twitch here pretty soon.
We're going to be doing a Hearthstone marathon for about a couple hours, so.
Yep.
You guys will want to check that out on Twitch. The channel URL is to be determined. So. Definitely be on the lookout for that. I can post a link in this chat once that Twitch becomes available.
And on Twitter.
Yep.
All right.
Well, everyone, this has been another Techopolis Live episode, and it's super exciting. We're going to be doing some more videos this week and some streams, so y'all want to check those out. But without further ado, this will wrap it up. So have a great day, everyone.
Have a good one, folks.
All right, bye, everyone.